Why did you invent the electric bass? Why did you invent the precision bass?
Well,
What were you trying to accomplish?
we needed to free the bass player from the big doghouse. The big doghouse usually was confined to the back of the band because it took so much room. And the bass player couldn't get up to the mic to sing. And then, besides, a lot of times bands were getting a little bit smaller. And so a guitar player sometimes would have to do a double job and play bass. So the guitar player was used to frets, and a doghouse bass player usually keeps his ear pretty close to the head of the bass so he can tell when he's in pitch. If the band is loud, about the only way he can tell whether he is in pitch is to have the head of the doghouse buried in his ear, you know, so he can hear the bass while somebody's blowing on the trumpet, you know. So that isn't kind of a natural posture for a guitar player, you know. And so we needed to give him a bass that he would be in pitch with, that he could get up to the mic to sing or back off, or he could put the bass down and start playing guitar. And two, sometimes a guitar player would have a job offered him for playing a bass, and hell, he couldn't go out and play a doghouse, you know. He didn't have one, it took too much room, and besides, he needed the frets to know when he was in pitch. So it just enabled a guy to take more than one kind of job, and also it lent itself to choreography too, which was kind of popular in the 50s. I don't know whether it is today or not.
Well, they do want to have the freedom to move,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. But, you know, they used to try and do a group dance routine,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
You sure couldn't do that with a dog.
Of course, that instrument has sort of become generically known as the Fender bass.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea that was going to happen, that it was going to totally, virtually replace the doghouse in most forms of popular music? Did you have any idea that it would do that at the time?
Well, I felt that it had a lot of merit, yeah.
Did it catch on real fast?
Yes, it did. It didn't take too long.
You designed that
Maybe a couple of years why it was real popular.
And you designed that in about 51, is that right? Or it came out about 51?
Actually, probably about 1950, I had the prototype.
Mm-hmm. And then the jazz bass was sort of a Cadillac version, a deluxe version of the Precision. Was that the idea behind the jazz bass, a little fancier?
Well, it had a narrower neck on it and a different pickup arrangement.
Yeah. Just
we were having a lot of trouble keeping cones in the speaker with the Precision bass, and so the
too much output?
Well, yeah. And the jazz bass, we used pickups with the strings between the poles.
Yes.
And so the string was, when you would pull the string over one pole, the string would be charged with that pole, and so then when you release it and it would fly to the opposite pole, it was still carrying that charge, and so its initial punch wasn't so destructive to speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, as a result of that design, was just a little softer, a little less punchy in its tone, you know, a little less percussion in it.